What does it mean to live off-grid? That is what we're going to be talking about today.
Something about the wonderful way the sun is coming up today. It's saying everything's alright.
From the comments that we get on our videos, I know that there is a lot of confusion out there about what it means to live off-grid. Some people think that if you're gonna live off-grid, you have to live like a caveman, right? Cooking your food over an open fire and wearing nothing but animal skins. But is that really what it means to live off-grid? Others seem to think that you have to live in a log cabin that you made with your own hands, out in the woods. You have no contact with the rest of society. Is that what it means to live off-grid? Well, let's see what the dictionary says. Dictionary.com says off-grid, not connected to or using one or more public utilities, as for electricity or water. I think to myself, well, what is a public utility? Wikipedia says that public utilities are natural gas companies, electric companies, telephone companies, water companies, steam companies, and former hydraulic power companies. Jules and I are going to take you around here in just a second and show you how we are actually living off grid in a modern world with modern conveniences. All right, let's go check it out. The first public utility on the list was natural gas. The off-grid alternative to natural gas is propane.
So in our cabin, we're using a hot point range. It works off of propane and it has a battery igniter.
It works just like the natural gas version of this stove, except it's for off-grid use. It doesn't even need electricity.
The battery igniter is down here and it uses a 9-volt battery, and we haven't had to change it yet, and it's been about a year that we've been using this stove. I'll show you right now how it lights.
Hey, Tuxaru. Wow, you're so excited.
You know what he wants, right?
What do you want, Tux, huh?
Give it to him?
All right, you want a snack, huh? Whoa, hey. You want a snack? All right. You want a snack, huh? Tux snack. Okay, sit. Is that good? Huh?
He does love his snacks, but this is how it lights. You just turn it like that. That's for the burners. And then for the oven, you push it in until the pilot lights, about 10 seconds. And then turn it on. So you can see through this little hole the flame to tell if it's lighting or not. Another thing that people often use natural gas for is heating their home and also hot water. We choose to use wood to heat our home, and so we have this wood stove right here, and it does a pretty good job of heating our whole living area space.
Oh, and what about the hot water? Our hot water heater is right here. It's plumbed into the house. It uses propane, heats the water instantly, works super great. Off-grid alternative to natural gas.
Number 2 on our list is electricity companies, so let's go outside. Come on, Tuxie.
The off-grid alternative to the power company or the electric company would be some sort of alternative power source, such as solar power, wind power, hydro power, gas generator, diesel generator, propane generator, something along those lines.
So here on our homestead, we are using solar with a backup generator.
So from those solar panels, it comes right here into the solar shed where we have our off-grid power station. Our batteries, inverter, charge controllers, all of that good stuff there. And then like Julie said, we also have a backup generator that we can use when the batteries get too low and the weather looks like this. See that right there? Oh boy, that's not good for solar. We could go for maybe 4 days with weather like this before we will have to actually start up the generator and charge the batteries. Next on the list of public utilities is telephone companies.
So some of the off-grid alternatives to telephone companies would be cell phones. You could also use maybe a can and a string, maybe smoke signals. I don't know. There's lots of options. but we choose to use cell phones.
Kind of piggybacking off of the telephone company, in modern times you also have internet, which if your internet is provided by the landline telephone company, then I guess you could say that that would be a public utility as well, although technically internet doesn't really fall into the list of public utilities. But I know a lot of people are curious about off-grid internet. Let me show you our antennas. These are our internet antennas right here, pointing down that way. We get our internet through the cell service. It's LTE, high-speed internet. It seems to work fairly good for us, but if you don't have cell service on your off-grid property, you might think about using satellite.
Next on our list of public utilities is the water companies.
Once again, there are a few different alternatives that you could go with for your off-grid water. You could collect rainwater. You could haul water from a different location to your property, like we had been doing for, about a year and a half.
Tux, do you want to go for a ride? Do you want to go for a ride? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Or you could go ahead and drill your own well.
This right here is the well that we had drilled. It's about 520 feet down. There is a link to that video in the description of this video if you want to check that one out. Right now we are powering it with this Champion generator right here. We do have plans to hopefully get a solar system set up over here so we can actually pump water with the power of the sun, as Marty likes to say.
When we pump the water out of the well using the generator, it comes out this frost-free hydrant right here and runs down the garden hose over to our large 2,500 gallon storage tank, where we keep the water and then pump that into the house at a later date. In no way, guys, are we saying that the way we do off-grid is the only way to do it, or that we do it the best way, or anything like that. There are a ton of different options that you could go with, a ton of different lifestyles that you could choose to live off-grid. If you want to live like a caveman in a cave, perfectly fine, go ahead and do that, but don't judge other people who choose not to live in a cave like a caveman. Or if you want to live like a pioneer and dress in pioneer clothes and use pioneer tools, perfectly acceptable. Or if you'd like to live in the modern world and have modern conveniences, electricity, running water, hot water, internet, all of that, there are tons of different off-grid options that allow you to disconnect from the public utilities and still live a very modern life. Here on our homestead, it is all a progression, and it's a fun experiment to try to learn new things, figure out how new things work, and try different alternatives to the public utility system. If you'd like to see what else is going on here in our homestead, there is a video right over there you can go ahead and check out. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a really great day. Keep smiling, and I'll see you over in that video in just a second.